That Note with Parker Whirling. Jackson Welch from Champaign Lane
We
here.
made it.
On That Note, it's like early in the morning, 8:02 a.m. That's early for me at least.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm excited to start my day off with a cup of Joe and some Champagne Lane.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've been listening to the album a lot, man. It's awesome.
Thank you.
Congratulations on having it out. It's been, I guess, almost a week, right? Since it dropped. As we record this, of course.
Yeah, the
August
29th.
29th.
Yeah.
So what's it like, man? It's been 5 years since, or I think 5 years since your last studio album.
Yeah, so this is our debut album. The last thing we did was I think like a 5 or 6 song EP and
Change of Heart, right?
Change of Heart. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. I mean, dude, it feels amazing to have like a full project out there, full length, 12 songs. I don't know. I think it feels like we really just gave it like a real shot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like going 100% in every aspect. It's like we fully committed to doing it, and it feels good to be on the other side.
Yeah, dude. Well, it feels that way. I was listening to it a lot the last couple of days in preparation, and from start to finish, there is no filler. It's like balls to the wall. The production is crazy. The songwriting is awesome. All the hooks are insane, dude. Like truly crazy. I'm stoked to talk about it. But let's talk about the 2 albums you picked from my collection first.
Yeah.
Which are...
We got the 1975 to start out.
1975. I Like It When You Sleep, For You Are So
Beautiful yet
yet
so
unaware of it. Yeah.
Yes. Super, super good album. I know the 1975 are controversial in many ways. But I just think that like the sound, the polish on this record, and I don't know. I just think that it's more groundbreaking, and I think like more of a cornerstone for a lot of music that's being released right now than a lot of people realize. Mm-hmm. Maybe that's a hot take. Maybe that's controversial.
I don't think so.
Cool.
I think 1975 are really at the top right now. And this album, the first one was big, but that one, I feel like each one has kind of brought them up a little bit higher.
Yeah, I would agree. I picked that one, and maybe I broke the rules, but I also picked.
There are no rules.
Right. Steely Dan's "Can't Buy a Thrill."
Nice.
Another cornerstone.
A good combo, and honestly, it does reflect your new album very well.
Thank
Those
you.
2 choices, I think.
Yeah, I think that the goal of what we were trying to do really is essentially this, where it's like the songs feel timeless and they feel classic. They're not like trendy, but there is a sort of like polish and glitter and brightness to them that makes it feel modern. So it's like paying homage to like, you know, the Steely Dans of the world, while also recognizing that it's 2025.
Right. Yeah, you can look towards the past and still, or appreciate the past and still look towards the future. You don't have to pick one or the other.
Yeah.
And of course, I saw Peg by Steely Dan on your live album, so I listened to that last night and was like, man, that's so sick. Like, I love that you guys did that. So you guys are clear, like big Steely Dan heads, correct?
I would
You
say so.
and Jake Rogers.
Yes, my counterpart.
Yes. Unfortunately, not here, but we got you
In spirit.
in spirit, of course. So between the 2 of you guys, for y'all's album and y'all's music in general, what is the typical, what's your dynamic when it comes to the songwriting, when it comes to the producing, the recording? Do you guys have a pretty clear cut way of working together, or is it could change on a dime?
I would say, at least for this whole album recording process, I mean, one, everything is done for the most part like DIY at home. Jake's assembled quite a bit of gear to have a pretty sweet little home studio set up. So everything is recorded at his house, except for all the drums that were recorded live. Shout out Hampton P.
Shout out Hampton P, dude.
We either recorded those.
One of the best drummers to watch and just to listen to, of course.
Oh yeah, he's a robot.
But he's so funny to watch, man. He's got it down.
Yeah, he's like a living metronome.
Yeah,
I don't know how else to describe it, but yeah, he recorded all the drums at his house or at Tommy's studio.
Mm-hmm.
And then our other buddy Cole Tucker played drums on one song for us.
Nice. Which one was that?
Burn.
Cool.
Yeah. But I mean, how we got to that point where we did record the drums, essentially our songwriting process is I either come in with words or a concept that I've, been noodling around with. And we build sort of the song based off, different progressions or ideas that Jake's been working with, whether that be on the keys or whether it be like a guitar part or, a little demo that he's made out, and sort of just chipping away at getting the song structure there. We would normally start with like sample drums off the demo that Jake was making, and then we would send Hampton the demo and be like, send us back some drums.
Right. Are you giving him much direction? Or you're letting Hampton kind of take the wheel with the drums, other than, the demo you've sent?
Yeah. We would do like a little conference beforehand and be like, this is the general idea of what we're going for. He would send us back something, and we would shoot back and be like, hey, maybe we, 4 on the floor, the kick through this section, just different things like that, but no more than like 3 or 4 passes, and we had it. Our process is pretty funny, I would say. Like once we get the live drums back, it's like the song could completely change. We're pretty notorious for like sending Hampton a song and asking him to play drums. He sends us back something, and then the next time that he hears the song, we've like completely reworked it.
Right.
Just because it just gives it a whole other life and feel. And, no matter, I mean, the swing of sample drums versus like a real human could make the entire difference of what the song is like supposed to feel like.
Totally.
So we're just kind of chasing the rabbit, whichever direction it goes.
That's a cool way of looking at it. I always think about things like that as sculpting. Sometimes when a sculptor, I have no idea how sculpting works, but I would imagine, sometimes you hit the block and then like a lot of it falls. So now you have the general idea, but then over time you have to chip away at smaller and smaller parts. And sometimes these things reveal themselves to you, or you hit it a little too hard and a bunch of it breaks off and you're like, I didn't mean to do that. And now you got to work around it. And sometimes songwriting can kind of feel like that, where you didn't expect it to go a certain way, but it feels right, so you just got to go with it.
Oh, for sure. I mean, there's some songs on the album that, the final version, that what you hear is, maybe like the 3rd or 4th, not only like rewrite lyrically, but, like a full reprise of the original demo that we started with and believed in. So I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah. You guys got to really watch these things and work on these things over a period of years.
Yeah.
And now it's out. Does it feel like Do you feel relief? Do you feel any sense of like kind of like difficulty relinquishing control? What's the feeling now that it's out?
I mean, for me personally, it's just like accomplished. Like I just feel like a sort of refreshed sense of pride about the art and the songs, and I don't know. I'm like trying to find. I don't ever want to come off as like cocky, because I think that it's kind of stupid to be cocky about art, but I really am like excited about these songs. I'm excited for it to not be on a hard drive anymore. I'm excited to not have to like tease stuff on social media. Like, please be patient, coming soon.
Right.
I'm so happy we don't have to say like coming soon anymore.
Totally.
So yeah, I'm just proud of the songs, and want people to engage with them whatever way that they see fit, I guess.
Absolutely. Do you have any advice for someone who's never made a debut album? You know, that maybe they've done some singles or maybe nothing at all and they're starting from scratch and they're maybe a little daunted by the entire process of it. They're right at the beginning. You know, what kind of advice would you give somebody who's just now starting to write, record, and potentially release their first song, project, album?
Yeah, I mean, I guess everybody's process looks different. I would say on our end, we chipped away more or less one at a time, but I know that that's not necessarily how it works for everyone. Some people write all of the songs. They've got the songs that they want to record written, and then they go and record them all at once. So, I mean, everyone's process is different, I guess. I mean, I would think naturally that everyone's going to have doubts about their songs and the music that they're making. We definitely did. You get halfway through and you're like, does this suck? Like,
you're going to feel that way, by the way.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to feel that way. They do all the time. Some more than others.
Yeah. So I mean, I guess my only advice would be, if you want to be on the other end of it, you just got to do it. Like nothing's going to happen unless you make it happen. So like just do it and be excited about being able to do it.
Totally. And it's about the process of it. It's a cliche, but it's cliche for a reason. It's not about the destination, it's the journey.
Yeah. I mean, yes, you're right.
Yeah, imagine somebody being like, whoa, I've never heard that before.
Right.
That's crazy.
Right. What a nuanced opinion you have there. But it really is. You got to cherish it while you're in the middle of it, because, when you're looking back later on in your life, you're going to want to have the memories of like, oh my God, it was so fun making this one. Or like, I remember struggling so much with this portion of the album, and I'm happy that, we overcame and like are on the other end.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
So your first EP, Change of Heart, came out in 2020. It's now 2025. The World in Your Eyes is out now.
Yeah.
What would you say are some of the bigger lessons you've learned, both musically and maybe even personally, within those 5 years that led to your debut album, The World in Your Eyes, being the way that it is, sounding the way that it does?
I think that with the EP, A Change of Heart, in that time period for us, it actually was a sort of change of heart about the way that we sort of felt about music, how we were being perceived, I guess. Like the first 4 or 5 songs that we put out at all were pretty much the only thing that people knew about us. But, in 2020, it didn't feel like that's where we were at anymore, which is not like a abnormal thing to feel about your own art. But also the big struggle for us is that we felt like we were musically so much better than where those 4 original songs were at. So I think that what we tried to do was move in just a totally opposite direction of those original songs. And I think that experimenting and that EP was a good sort of benchmark for us to hit, because it was definitely like a taste of what doing a full-length project would be like. And I think the thing that we went into differently with this album was the fact that we needed to sort of blend both of those. Both of those projects. I mean, I feel like the first 4 moved in one direction. The EP moved in a totally opposite direction intentionally, and we're trying to sort of bring it back to center.
Yeah.
And really hone in the things that we loved about each of those projects, I guess.
What were those things specifically that you wanted to hone in on?
I think that the song writing with those first 4 songs, I loved like the content that I was able to write about, and like the sort of, just super raw songs in general. I think that with the EP, I'm super, super proud of those songs and for that experience. I don't know, in my own way, they feel a little bit less like complete songs, more like really cool ideas. Mm-hmm. And we really, really wanted to sharpen both of those weapons that Jake and I both have and say, we can write really cool songs that are also really cool ideas musically. So like, I'm really proud of the sound palette that we were able to craft with the new album, I guess.
Yeah.
And I also really, really love the content of the lyrics that we were able to bring to the table as well.
Nice.
So yeah, a little long-winded, but
no,
we got there.
That's great. What would you say is the song you're most proud of on the new album?
I mean, of course, I've got love for all of them for completely different reasons. Personally, I think there's an argument for all of them, but
right.
But the ones that I feel the most attached to, in a way where I'm like, damn, this song is absolutely bulletproof, is both "Break My Fall" and "Seeing Red."
Yeah,
I think both of those are like, you listen to this now, you listen to this in 20 years, and
they have a classic.
It's they're gonna hold up. I think.
My personal favorite, I think, is "As Good as It Gets."
Whoa, cool.
At least off of, the first few listens to the whole album. That one, I'm just like, as soon as it starts, I feel in it.
Good.
I mean, the whole album is truly like no skips, straight up.
Thank you.
Every song is awesome. They all have their own appeal as well. Like, none of them sound the same. They all have the very distinct feel to them, but I feel like something about "As Good as It Gets," to me, it almost feels like you guys just pushed the button and like made everything as catchy as possible. Cool. Like, the chorus is so crazy. I also just love It might be one of the fastest songs you guys have on that album.
I'd say so.
And that might be just in general why I like it. I love a really quick paced song.
Yeah.
And it's very fun. The whole thing is very fun, but that one especially always gets me. What would
Thank
you
you.
say is the most difficult song to finish on this album?
I mean, Slip Away was the one that there's like 4 versions of it.
I can hear that because there's so many changes in there, so many chord changes that take me by surprise every time I listen to it.
Yeah, we got like right to the end where we're like, yes, this one is done. And then we both showed up to the studio one day and we're just like, I think we need to totally reharmonize this one. Like it's cool, but it's not cool enough. And then Jake just sits down and he's, freaking wizard, music wizard. So he just like reharmed the intro and it just like completely livened the song up. That one was tough to push to the finish line. It started out as a totally different song and I think we rewrote it probably 2 times and like redid the instrumentation, 3 or 4 times. And then Obvious to Me, at least like trying to find where that one like fit my voice the best and sort of how to sing over the instrumental. That was a big challenge for me that we put off for a little while. The instrumentation, we had that one finished for months and I could not get over the hump of just like, what do I do on this song? And we finally...
Singing wise?
Singing wise, and like just couldn't find the sweet spot for like the melodies. It was difficult for me to find the melody in the instrumentation. And finally figured it out, and I really like that.
Man, when you first get that first melody in, you're like, thank God, like something can exist in this world, but it's not always there at first.
Yeah, absolutely.
I also love Annie. Annie's a classic banger. I think, was that the first single?
Annie's the first one that we released. It was the first one that we also attempted to write for the album as well. It was the first one where we sat down and we're like, all right, we're gonna see how long it takes to do this thing. And I don't know, in my mind, Annie feels like the foundation for the album. I think that it's the one that's sort of like in the middle. If there's a spectrum of like, where the different songs are at, I think Annie is like right there in the center, and then the others sort of fall around that one.
Yeah, makes sense for it to be the first single then, the one that kind of introduces the theme, maybe. It also reminds me of Michael McDonald.
Oh yeah, we were bumping a lot of yacht rock over the past 2 years. We were doing some yacht rock deep dives for sure.
Who do you think is on the Mount Rushmore of yacht rock?
God, I mean, of course, Michael McDonald and Christopher Cross. I mean, we were also listening to a lot of this band called Pages, which is a yacht rock band that eventually turned into, 2 of the guys broke off and became the band Mr. Mister. Which is like a cool 80s pop outfit.
I'm sure I know a song or two, but I can't remember.
You do.
What they are.
I'm not going to sing.
Nah, it's cool. You don't got to do that. You can look it up if you're listening.
Yeah. We were jamming a lot of Pages. I mean, again, the Steely Dan.
Definitely. Seals and Croft, you could throw up there.
I'd say so.
I had a big yacht rock phase around 2020 when my roommate at the time was kind of introducing me to all that stuff, and then my dad was chiming in with his thoughts as well, and definitely Seals and Croft were in there. Freaking Boss Skaggs.
Oh yeah,
some good Lido
Cool.
Shuffle, dude. That song's awesome. I don't know if really Todd Rundgren counts, but that was kind of what I was listening to, is like in tandem with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, yacht rock is dope, dude. Have you ever listened to the XM yacht rock station?
No, I haven't. And I know that there's also that yacht rock documentary that's out. And
Oh yeah, I haven't
seen
watched
it.
to that.
A lot of people have been raving
Yeah,
about it, but I just haven't gotten around.
that's okay. So I also wanted to get into your single release process. You were releasing singles for a while.
Yeah.
Up until the album, I think it was about 7 singles.
That's right.
So were you guys intentionally doing like the waterfall? I guess not a waterfall release, but like, what was the intention behind releasing that many singles before the album? And what did you learn from that? And would you do it again? I guess.
I think that our sort of process for releasing singles, I don't know if who knows if there's a right way to do it. Our philosophy was, we want to make an album. We don't have all of the songs already written and recorded and ready to go. We're doing this as we go. So honestly, like, those 7 songs were, for the most part, the first 7 songs besides demos that we were like, this one freaking rocks. It's going to be on the album. Like, how long are we going to wait to actually put music out? This being our first project in over 2 years since like the last single or song was put out. So we were like, I think the only way to sort of build up hype towards our upcoming goal of an album is to just start putting out songs again, to sort of draw people back in and be like, oh yeah, I remember this band, I remember this name, I like this new one. And we just sort of continue to drop a little breadcrumb of like, we're working towards something. It happened to be 7 songs, which is definitely not normal for, I guess, singles to be releasing. But I think that it was a good amount of songs to string people along until we were done.
Yeah.
And then still have enough new material once the album is out for people to not feel like they're getting ripped off.
Totally.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. In this day and age, I feel like the singles make sense, especially for smaller artists, to be releasing more of them up until the release of the album, because I mean, as much as I love truly listening to an album by a favorite band of mine who released no singles or maybe even just one, I love that kind of surprise, but it just doesn't make sense for the average like independent artist to drop 8 to 10 to 12 songs all at once as a surprise, because the reality is most of us are not going to listen to that many songs all in one. I love listening to a full album, but that's not the most common way people consume new music. And also I think people want to be kind of have those breadcrumbs over time so that they can kind of discover how much they like something. I mean, there's been plenty of times where if it's an older album and it's been out for a while, I'll just go listen to the full album, and maybe I'll get 1 or 2 songs in. I'm like, I don't know if I am super into it, and then it becomes a favorite album over time.
Yeah.
But if you had that experience of getting the singles first, sometimes that gives you that like marinating period to kind of get used to this new sound before you're just hit with a full album.
Yeah, completely agree. I think that for artists, I think that it's easier, obviously, for big artists to just be like, surprise,
Totally.
got a whole project. Because they already have, like, all of the attention that they need in order for the project to get as much buzz as, maybe it deserves. But, yeah, definitely for a smaller artist, if you're not putting out... I mean, obviously, we could just drop an album, be like, surprise, guys, we did this thing.
Right.
But yeah, like you said, maybe each song doesn't necessarily get the attention that we want it to solely because of the limitations of the size of us.
Yeah.
So, giving as many songs a chance to get that buzz or get that attention, in my opinion, makes the most sense right now.
That's exactly what I was just thinking. It's good to give the songs the energy and the time and the shine that they deserve one-on-one as much as you can before a full release. Even if you have like an 8-song album, like you can do 4 singles and then drop a whole album, and that's basically half of the album that's new. I love personally when it's maybe 1 or 2 singles and then you get the rest. But like I said, I feel like for us more independent small artists, like it's good to create that buzz over time instead of just hitting everybody with one big slap to the face.
Yeah.
But cool, Jackson, why don't we take this over to the last 5?
Let's do it.
We're gonna break out this magic bowl here,
Bowl.
and we're gonna see what we got. Question number 1 of the last 5.
Going to the bottom.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. Who did you vote for? What the hell? What the hell?
Yeah, we really like to put people on the spot here. And there is a right answer.
No, this is best album covers. So, best album art, best album covers. Let me think. Dude, this is a great question. This is also, I went back and listened to the last time I was on the podcast, and this was the first question that I got there as well.
It was? Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I'm like...
Here I was telling you, like, oh, well, there's a bunch of new questions. You got the first one that was the exact same.
No, it's totally okay, but I definitely screwed myself by hearing my previous answer. So I'm going to do my best to...
Well, why don't you refresh us on what your previous answer was, and then maybe give us a new one.
Okay, previous answer was, the first thing that came to my mind was Currents by Tame Impala.
Nice.
Because it was just so cool.
Yeah, that's a great album cover.
Yeah, the orb and like the straight lines and
the
squiggly line. So cool.
The orb. There's a bunch of like the single covers all have the orbs as well. I wonder what made him decide on the one he did for the full album.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, whoever the artist was. I believe it's already like a famous artist that he chose to do that, but super cool. Screw it, we're already here. I think that come on, what's the album that he put out after that?
Slow Rush.
Mm-hmm. How'd he get all that damn sand in that house?
I don't know. I guess I never knew if it was...
I like to think it's real.
Right. I think it is real. Because I remember seeing like pictures of some place in the world that looked almost exactly like that.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
and
maybe
all the single
it just
covers
existed already.
All the other single covers for that release as well were like different rooms.
Right.
Painted different colors with sand like halfway filling the room.
Yeah. Have you listened to there's a new song that just dropped today.
Oh,
actually.
Loser,
yeah.
I haven't listened to it yet. I saw the snippet of the music video with Joe Keery.
Joe Keery's the man.
I'm a big Joe Keery fan.
Me too. Are you going to the show here in Atlanta?
Not currently.
Nice.
If you need a date.
Yeah. We can go grab dinner first. It'll be cute.
Yeah.
No, I'm a big Joe fan. And that is a cool mashup. It's funny to see them next to each other, like they look like brothers.
Yeah, they could definitely be related.
So we got 2 Tame Impala albums. Anything else, or are you gonna leave it there?
We'll leave it there.
Cool.
Because it's, everyone has good answers, and then you're put on the spot, and then you're just like
of course.
Empty brain.
Always.
So we're gonna ride with
nice
Slow Rush.
All right, Slow Rush and Currents for best album covers.
Yep.
Let's take a look at question number 2.
All right, diving in. Ooh, what's on your musical rotation? God, over the past year, I've been obsessed with Joni Mitchell.
Oh, cool.
Like, super hyper obsessed. The Hejira album, 1976, is like, God, I've been just on repeat. I don't have, funny enough, the Hejira album on vinyl. I don't have that one, but I found the Hejira demos. There was like a demo vinyl release, so I've got that album.
Oh, whoa.
And she did a live performance, I think it's in like 78, called Shadows and Light. And I've got that on vinyl as well. You should absolutely look up that live performance that she did. It's all the videos are on YouTube.
It's the full album live?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, super, super good. She's playing with Pat Metheny, who's the guitar player. Jaco Pastorius is the bass player.
Whoa.
And I believe she's playing keys is Lyle Marks, and I forget who's on drums. But unreal.
I'm so uneducated when it comes to Joni Mitchell. I know 1 or 2 of the hits, but
everybody
really
knows
it.
the Paved a Parking Lot or whatever.
Right.
Right. Dude, the Hejira album is like, just the songwriting is just freaking crazy. Coyote and the song Hejira. There's another one. Oh God, what's the name? Something and the Kingpin. Yeah, dude, it's a must listen.
Nice. One time my producer in Philadelphia for some music, he told me to Rubber Band Gun, shout out to him. He told me to listen to one of her albums that, God, I can't remember.
It's probably Blue.
But it wasn't Blue.
Ooh, okay.
Because that's how I knew that he was into her. It was, I can't remember, but it's like a painting of her and she's like half in it is the album cover. It's not her biggest one.
Oh, is it Both Sides Now? It's like her jazz.
Maybe. Yeah, he said it was like weirder for her.
I mean, dude, she's weird.
Right.
She's weird, first of all. She's got like 20 something albums. She's got a ton of them.
Yeah, that's always daunting to me as well. When somebody has that many albums, I'm like, I don't know where to start.
Yeah, totally.
Let me see if I can find it, because I remember really liking it, and it wasn't Both Sides Now that I'm seeing the album cover. It was, I was so wrong about what the album cover looked like. It was Court and Spark. That one he told me to listen to. I
haven't dove into that one yet.
It was cool. I don't remember anything about it other than I liked it.
All right, here's the scoop. Here, I'll give you the scoop. So
yeah,
at one point, I mean, obviously with her writing so many songs, she's got so many different tunings for all of her songs. So in the 90s is when this sort of guitar MIDI pickup came out. It's called the Roland VG8. And basically it's a pickup you put on your guitar, and all of the notes that you hit are immediately converted to MIDI. And you can essentially change the sound
Right.
of what is coming out of your guitar. So, but you can also, via this pedal, each string you can tune differently. So, she didn't have to tune her guitar each separate time up at the headstock. Whenever she was playing a different one of her songs, she just turns a knob on her pedal, and she's automatically in a new tuning because everything's being converted to MIDI pickups or whatever. That is the guitar pedal that Mk.Gee uses on all of the new stuff.
Whoa.
So that's how he gets all the crazy synth noises. That's how he gets all the screeches and just big booms out of nowhere.
Can't believe we haven't talked about Mk.Gee until now.
I know. God, it's one of those things where like it's borderline not cool to talk about him anymore.
Right. Well, if you're a
mean?
white guy and you
like,
and you play music and you love Mk.Gee, like you better not be
you better not sound like him.
Yes.
Because if you sound like him, you're hack immediately.
Totally. Yeah, you're right. It has gotten to be hack, and not on him.
No,
like,
it's not his fault. It's not his fault at all.
No.
But we're definitely drifting into territory where it's like people love him so much right now. Respectfully, because you should. But like, don't do what he's doing. Do your own thing.
Yeah. Sorry to derail the discussion. No. I was like, wow, we haven't even brought up Mk.Gee.
No, totally. I mean, in a lot of those like glittery sounds and a lot of those, out of nowhere, weird sounds. You're like, I don't have no idea what this is or how you got this. Jake has one, and we use that a lot on the album. Like the song "Stormy" is pretty much entirely instrumentally built off of a bunch of layers of the VG8. Pretty much that's it. So we tried to find a way to implement that in our own way that steers away from, you can do the Mk.Gee thing with it, but you can also do, Hampton likes to call it the train sounds.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
you can do whatever. But yeah, the Joni Mitchell inspiration, Mk.Gee inspiration. I've also been listening to a lot of Alex G right now.
Nice.
I freaking love
the new
Headlights.
album.
Yeah, Headlights is. It's just been on repeat.
Yeah, I really do enjoy it. I need to go back because I listened to it a few times right when it came out. I really enjoyed the singles. But I would say like within the week or two after it came out, I didn't listen to it as much. So I want to go back into it now that I've kind of had some time to sit with it. I'm into it. It's hard to beat God Save the Animals.
God Save the Animals is the safety. It's the comfort Alex G album.
Yeah, which is interesting because he took like 8 albums to get there to come up with one that to me is just kind of flawless.
Yeah.
Like everything before that, there's some amazing songs on each album that I like.
Yeah.
But overall, there might be one or two that I'm like, I can kind of skip this one.
It's definitely the most weird, but like weird approachable.
Right.
And some of the other ones are super cool, but like sometimes you're listening through and you're like, I got to turn this one down a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it kind of hurts in a good way, but like I got to turn it down a little bit.
Totally. All right, let's check question number 3.
I'm going to go back to the bottom.
Yeah, really get in there.
Describe the perfect setting to listen to your music. Great question.
Shout out Spencer Thomas. He wrote that one.
That's a great question. Yeah, it's like, what environment do I want people to listen to? I think that different songs on the album definitely call for different scenarios, and I like that. I like the flow of the music where it starts out, soft, but sort of, a good approachable fast pace. Then it gets slow with your like Seeing Reds and Prom. They're a little more emotional. and then the end sort of picks you back up. I mean, some of them could definitely be like, you know, lake songs. But I don't know. I think that what we were trying to do was, you know, make songs that felt like complete versions of us, where there's parts of it that you can put on like in the morning, you know, get you up and go.
Yeah.
Break My Fall, as good as it gets. There's songs for, you know, late night,
The late night drive.
Yeah. More emotional, and then you've got like your sunset songs where you're driving and are a little more introspective. So, I mean, God, I mean, it's a good question because I feel like a politician.
Right.
You know, I'm like
Doing the politician point.
you can listen to this anywhere. But yeah,
Anywhere is the answer.
anywhere. Period.
Yeah.
Anywhere. Period.
Yeah. I mean, I feel you. There is a lot of different ones on there. I think, just my answer from
Yeah, let's
my
hear it.
experience. Don't want to answer for you, but
Please answer for me.
Okay.
I've listened to these songs so many times over the past 2
Sure.
years that I'm like, I have no perspective on when anybody should do anything with them.
For me, just because it just happened, listening to the album while I was waking up, getting everything ready, making coffee, having a Lara bar, going outside for a second, taking in the sun, that was kind of the best version of me listening to it.
Cool.
Off of the times I've listened to the album. And maybe that's just because I was a little more familiar with it this morning compared to a few days ago when I was really like getting into it again for the first time. So yeah, I would say for me in the morning, like just woke up outside, sun hits your face, and then As Good as It Gets starts.
Hell yeah. That's a great answer.
There you go. Yeah. Sometimes you can phone a friend on this
Yeah.
on this pod.
Yeah.
Let's do question number 4.
All right.
Another blue one.
Another blue. Ooh, in the studio or playing live? Good question. I mean, personally, I love the studio. Studio's
too.
fun. I mean, I think that it's like playing live, you sort of get to bask in like all the work that you did. And be able to like express it in a different way. But I think like the studio is like putting the puzzle together.
Yeah.
And it's fun to do that with people that you care about, and people who I think with any band, like not everyone is going to have the same vision for every song and every lyric and whatever. So I think the cool thing about the studio is it's like not everybody thinks that the puzzle at the end is going to be the same picture. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like we're all kind of putting together different puzzle, and then like towards the end when it clicks and everyone's on the same wavelength and we're all headed towards that same, you know, final vision, like that's the sweet spot.
Totally.
That's cool.
Yeah. It is an exploration, I think, at its best. It's almost like this is so insane.
Here
Have
we
you
go.
seen Interstellar?
Oh yeah.
All right, cool. It almost is like the moment when Anne Hathaway is like reaching out and she grabs the alien
like
hand,
the blur.
Yeah. Like it sometimes it feels like that when you hit that peak. It's like you're shaking hands with some
entity.
So yeah, some entity, and you're like you can't believe it's happening, and then it becomes real. That's like the best I feel like you can experience
Oh yeah.
when you're in the studio and
Oh yeah.
this thing all of a sudden exists, and it's in some ways you're like incredibly proud that you brought it into this world, but then also it's like it doesn't even feel like it's connected to you at all because it just
Yeah, that's cool.
all of a sudden it exists.
Totally. Or it's like so cool that it's terrifying. And then you've got like, what's that one scene where McConaughey is like going into the black hole? He's just getting like pelted with
Right.
like
Whatever this.
astral sand or whatever.
Yeah. Let's just start talking about Interstellar for the last.
All right, we're gonna reroute this whole thing.
Right. Great movie. 5 stars, honestly.
Yes.
5 out of 5 on Letterboxd for me. But okay, let's do. What is this? The last question. Number 5. Wrap it up.
We're gonna go green.
Let's go green. There's different colors if you're not watching this.
All right. Is climate change real?
Yeah.
Dude, we're getting
You're like, why are you putting me on the spot with these questions right now?
Best or worst decade of music? Do I have to answer both?
Yes.
All right. I shouldn't have asked.
One time somebody thought I was asking, what's the best, worst decade of music? I'm like, that's a funny way of looking at it.
The best, worst.
Right.
I mean, God, best decade? Is that what it was?
Best decade, yeah.
Decade.
An entire decade of music.
Oh, man. Okay. Best decade of music is right now.
Yes. Love that answer.
The answer is right now. And it's because the ability to make the most different. Hold up. Sorry. I'm restarting. People now have the ability to make more types of music than ever before.
Mm-hmm.
You know, with technology, with, you know, the recording, with whatever, the overall landscape of music is bigger than it's ever been. And that's why that's the right answer.
Yes, dude. Mic drop. I couldn't agree more. I think right now is the best decade for that exact reason. Mm-hmm. Just to play devil's advocate on my own answer, which is also your answer, someone could say that it's not, even though you have all of this ability to create, endless opportunities of different sounds and all that, there is there's something that's not always good about having all those options, and you end up with like a paralysis, as opposed to, you can still go back to the 60s, 70s and whatever, and people are making more experimental music than most of what you might hear now. But the problem is, or maybe the problem about now is that there's so much out there that it's easier to find, but it's harder to maybe go out and look for it because there's so much.
That's fair. I
don't know
have a counter to that.
Okay, yeah, let's go.
So, the accessibility that so many more people have to make music is what makes music better. And here's why. Because so many people have the ability to make music. Ultimately, that means that there's going to be more shitty music in the world because more people are doing it. But with more people doing it, it makes the standouts even cooler. When something sticks and when something is different, that's such a cool thing to stumble upon, because there is so much sifting through. Oh, this just sounds like Frank Ocean. Oh, this just sounds like, Mk.Gee. This just sounds like whatever. But it's like, it's the guys who are doing the groundbreaking stuff, despite there being so much shit out there.
Right.
That's what makes it cool. And the diamonds in the rough and all of the experimenting to find a unique sound and vision and project. That's what's cool.
Totally. Totally. And you could take inspiration from anywhere and everywhere now with the internet. You and I could be listening to completely different worlds of music, even though we live in the same area. Whereas 20 years ago, you were kind of getting a lot of either what's on the radio, or B, what's in your local scene. There probably wasn't as much room to listen to some crazy chanting Mongolian music from the 30s that you could just look up on YouTube right now.
Yeah, like I can go listen to Gregorian chants,
right,
and be like, whoa,
yeah,
that's pretty inspiring. You know
exactly.
what I mean?
You could look up anything right now. And then, all right, let's do worst decade.
All right, worst. I mean, I think, God, every decade's got like the gold.
Yes.
I think the most garbage that was out there amongst the gold is probably the 2000 to 2010.
Yeah.
That's got a lot of garbage.
The two most common answers for the worst decade are that 2000s and the 80s.
God, that answer sucks. The 80s is awesome.
It's funny, man, because that's usually my answer if I got to pick one.
Worst?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Now, here's the thing.
That's objectively wrong.
Here's the thing we got to think about, though.
All right.
When it comes to any decade of music and you're picking the worst, it's easy to be like, why? How do you pick that decade if it's not the newest one? Because we've had, especially the 2000s as well, from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s, you can always be like, what are you talking about? You're out of your mind.
Yeah.
But we have such rose-tinted glasses with those eras because we've had enough time that they all have their own radio stations where they pick the cream of the crop and the best from each of these. That's what is associated with it now. But we don't think about the horrible songs that were popular at the time that nobody cares about now because we've had time to sift through that stuff. Whereas nowadays, of course, if you say that's, our current era, although I agree it's the best, somebody could say it's the worst.
It's also the worst.
Yeah, somebody could say it's the worst because they're like, I hate Sabrina Carpenter because that's what's on the radio. That's a bad take, but somebody could feel that way. And maybe in 20 years, the 2020s radio station theoretically wouldn't be playing that because that didn't make it across the finish line.
Okay.
So that's my reason.
Okay.
So when I think of 80s, I think of hair metal bullshit that was like super popular.
Yeah.
But Tears for Fears, I understand that Tears for Fears is in that.
The Eagles.
The Eagles, I guess. I kind of missed that whole thing. But I was just talking about the Eagles with my friend yesterday, and they're just one of those bands that do have so many hits that if you lined up all their hits and played them to me, I'd probably be like, oh yeah, I mean, these are all classics.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you're right. There's definitely an argument to be made that this is also the worst decade of music. I guess
it's a flawed question, but that's what's fun about it.
Yeah, it goes back to the accessibility thing. Like I think with accessibility, capitalistic, but it breeds competition.
True.
Not that I'm some freaking economics head.
Yeah,
but
it's going to turn into a very red-pilled podcast very quickly.
No, please, God, no.
Yeah, we're entering the manosphere.
Right. I hate women.
Clip it.
Yeah.
Jackson Welch.
Right. I have a subservient wife.
Right. A trad wife.
Sorry.
Just kidding, everyone.
But yeah, accessibility, like the highs are higher, but the lows are. Ooh,
right,
the lows
exactly.
Are low.
So why we didn't even get into it, sorry. The 2000s to 2010, why was that your answer specifically?
God, I mean, I don't know, man. I guess everyone's, I guess you're right. Like everyone's instinct when looking back on an era is like thinking about what was popular, and then like how bad that stuff is, without taking into account, the gold, like, Elliott Smith, or
Sure, yeah.
like, original
Some great Radiohead
Coldplay,
records, some
like,
great, Coldplay records.
Radiohead, all that sort of stuff. So, I mean, God, I don't know, that my instinct went there because I just don't like bubblegum pop stuff, and I don't know, the squeaky voices of the time. Like, I don't know, I immediately thought of that one live Jessica Simpson performance where it's like her and that one other girl, and you go back and you watch the YouTube video. I think they're playing at some like award show or something, and you watch the YouTube video and you're like, this has to be parody. And it's like, no, they sang that way.
Whoa.
Just like the super nasally.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Christina Aguilera, like Fergie kind of.
Yeah, okay. Hot take. Not a hot take at all. Christina Aguilera rocks.
No, yeah, she's great.
Britney Spears, that's like initially what I was thinking about.
Yes.
But there's hit or miss all over the place.
Totally.
So.
Totally. But yeah, I mean, I'm with you. There's a lot of kind of garbage in that era, the 2000s, but
even Justin Timberlake.
JT.
Now, there's that one Justin Timberlake album that's like so awesome from that era, but like, God, even his live performances where he's doing the beatboxing and stuff.
Oh God,
like,
I haven't seen that.
I don't know. People are gonna look back at us and say the same things, but it's just so it's just so funny, at the time, what people are like, oh my God, that is so cool.
Yeah. I'm always curious what in 5 to 10 to 20 years people are going to say about this era, the 2020s, the 2020 to 2025. I feel like bedroom pop era is going to be like something that and hyper pop will be something we like crystallize within this time frame and go back to, and they're like, oh man, the early 2020s, that was like, hyper pop, the dawn of hyper pop and like that stuff.
Yeah. I think that a lot of people, when they get older, if they make it in the music industry, I guarantee you there's going to be so many like TikToks that come back to just absolutely haunt people.
Oh my God.
God,
yeah. It's going to be brutal.
Yeah. And we're in the first generation where like pretty much our entire lives have been documented like on the internet, where we're like documenting ourselves.
Right.
And so our kids are going to be the first generation to like watch us grow up in real time and watch like videos of us, much more than we're able to watch videos of our parents, besides like home video camera stuff.
It makes me shudder at the thought.
Oh yeah,
honestly.
So I guarantee you, there's going to be, so many, deep dives into these people where you're like, 40 years ago, this guy posted the worst TikTok that's ever been made. So,
oh God, it's gonna be so embarrassing.
It's gonna be so embarrassing.
We kind of, I'm not sure how old you are, but I'm about to be 29, and I kind of just missed. So yeah, we kind of just missed lucky. The like when I was 13, 14. Or maybe like even 12. That's when I got on Facebook.
Yeah,
but
I got a Facebook in college.
See, good for you. That's great, because sometimes I still get the 11, 12 years ago, this is what you posted. And I'm like, God, please don't ever show me that. I don't want to know. But thankfully, that's even still better than like getting a TikTok when you're in 7th grade. Like, I can't imagine the shit like in 10 years are going to have to go back. All the
consequences that people are going to have to like own up to from stuff that they did when they were like a child.
Yeah.
It's going to be crazy.
It is. The future is going to be a scary place.
It'll be scary. I think that we're in such a like heavily chronically online. We're in that era where like people are spending, the majority of their days, weeks, months on the internet, that I think that people are going to sort of come back around on the curve where like they're like craving authenticity and real people, and not people that are like more performative for algorithms.
Totally.
And I want to make sure that I'm staying true to that and not just being like, well, if I posted this thing online, then there's a good chance that I could go mini viral, and that would gain me a following so that I can turn around and, build an audience or make music and stuff. So I think that that's the hardest part about right now, is like trying to stay authentic amidst all of the sort of dumb
chaos
bullshit that's going on.
We're in a weird world, but
Yeah.
you know what? It's still fun at the end of the day.
It's fun. It's the best and the worst.
The best and the worst.
That's the answer.
That's right. Well, Jackson Welch, Champagne Lane, thank you for being on here.
We made it.
The new album, The World in Your Eyes.
Check it
It's
out.
out now. Go listen to it on your preferred streaming platform. Thanks again for coming on, man, chatting
course.
about the new album. It's been a blast.
Thanks for having me.
Of course.
Appreciate it.
On that note, with Parker Whirling.